All right, last page of this lesson, pages 130 and 131. We're still looking at absolute value and ordering of numbers. All right, so the lowest temperatures ever recorded in 5 of Earth's continents are shown in the table. Which continent has a lower recorded temperature than Asia? So we want lower than Asia. So let's put them in order so we can actually see. Okay, so let's see. Let's go by 20s. Negative 20, negative 40, negative 60, negative 80, negative 100. All right. So negative 39, that's about here. Negative 66.1. Negative 89.2. Negative 58.1. And then negative 68. Okay, so we want, this is Asia right here at negative 68. We want lower. So the only other temperature that's lower, right, because this direction's lower, is this 89.2, which is Antarctica. Okay. On February 17th, 1936, the following temperatures were recorded. Choose true or false for each statement. Okay. So let's put these in order real quick. So positive 78 degrees, that's way over here. Negative 26 degrees and negative 58 degrees. Okay, so this is McIntosh, this is Duluth, and this is Miami. Okay, so it says Duluth was colder than both other cities. So here's Duluth. Was it colder than Miami? Yes. But was it colder than McIntosh? No, McIntosh is freezing. So this is false because it said both. Duluth was warmer than McIntosh. So it's heading towards the positive numbers, and this is warmer, right? This side is warmer. This side is cold. So was Duluth warmer than McIntosh? Yes. The temperature in McIntosh was farther from 0 than the temperature from Miami. Okay, well, so from 0 to 58 is 58. From 0 to 78 is 78. So if the temperature in McIntosh was 58 and Miami was 78, was 58 farther? No. Okay, the temperature in McIntosh was farther from 0 than the temperature in Duluth. Well, remember the temperature in McIntosh was at 58, because this is talking basically when they're talking about distance, right? They're talking about the absolute value. So that's why I'm getting the positive 58, right? The temperature in Duluth, okay, so negative 26, the distance from 0 is just 26. So was McIntosh farther than Duluth? Yeah, because 58 is bigger than 26. Okay, from the list on the left, write in the correct temperature along the thermometer. Okay. Well, so here's 0. So remember when we go up, we're talking about positives. When we go down, we're talking about negatives. So the only positive number on this list is that 4. Okay. So 4 degrees is gone. Then you're talking about what's closer to 0. So of these numbers, closer to 0 is that negative 5. Okay. Then we look at 78 and 76. So closer to 0 is the 76, and then you get to the 78, okay? A tour group is going sea diving. The ocean floor is negative 18 feet. One diver is already at negative 11 feet. The tour guide is keeping watch on the deck at 5 feet above sea level, directly above the diver. What is the distance from the tour guide to the diver? Okay, so let's think about that. Here's sea level. And sea level is always at 0, okay? So we know that the diver, right, the person underwater, is at negative 11 feet. The tour guide he's at 5 feet above sea level. So he's above sea level. What is the distance from the tour guide to the diver? So we don't even need the ocean floor. Okay, that's not what it's asking us. It's asking us the distance from the tour guide to the diver. So it wants to know from here to here. Okay. So really, this is asking us, okay, the difference between the absolute value of 5, difference tells us to subtract, but because we're talking about two different groups of things, above 0 and below 0, we're actually going to add them, the absolute value of negative 11. So the distance from 0 to 5 is 5. The distance from 0 to negative 11 is 11. So the distance from person to person is a total of 16 feet. Okay? All right, look at the number line below. The letters A, B, C, and D all represent integers. Write two inequalities to compare A and B. How do you know? Okay, so let's just give these some numbers. If here's 0, then going to the right, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to the left, we go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Okay, so comparing A and B. A is smaller, right? Because this side is smaller and this side is bigger. So A is smaller than B. So A is less than B, or B is greater than A. Okay? What about B and 0? Well, B is less than 0 because it's on this lesser side, and 0 is on the bigger side. So B is less than 0, or 0 is greater than B. Okay? Now let's look at the absolute value of A and the absolute value of D. What can you say about A and D? Okay? Well, the absolute value, if A was negative 5, then the absolute value is 5. If D was positive 5, the absolute value of positive 5 is still 5. So what do you notice? They're equal. So the absolute value of A is equal to the absolute value of D, and we call these numbers opposites. So A is the opposite of D. Because 5 and negative 5 and negative 5 are opposites. All right. Make sure you ask for help if you need it and take your quiz.